Alright, and we're live! Hello, everybody! I'm here with Mercenary Games. And I don't know what we're doing, but I guess this is some sort of an interview preview thing of their game, or at least their prototype of a game, called Vigrior, something like that. Why don't you guys introduce yourselves?
Hi, I'm Slade Vienna. I'm the lead engineer.
I'm Jason Smith. I'm self-proclaimed art director and bosser around of the lesser artists.
I'm Nuati. I am basically everything pertaining to sound and um, vapor generator
He means marketing.
marketing.
Marketing. Okay.
It's vapor.
Yeah, alright. So, what's this game? What's it about? What are you guys doing here?
We're making a game that's based on, well, it focuses on one core mechanic, and that's shifting battle formations. We felt that we had to design the game from the ground up, and we had a breakthrough about 3 weeks ago where we created this control system that you see on screen right now. It's what I like to call it our practice chamber, where you can create maneuvers on the fly.
Okay, so I guess we can just jump straight into the fleet editor here since I have the program in front of me on my screen. Can
Awesome.
check out exactly what we're dealing with here. So we have this little circle here. So what's going on here? What am I supposed to be doing?
That is the area in which you can place ships for your fleet configuration. It's quite a large area. It's obviously bigger than what your fleet could be, but it represents the maximum area that you can spread your ships out to.
Okay. So I'm just gonna place in some ships here. So, like, what kind of game is this? You're talking about like battle formations and stuff, but what does that mean? What will I be doing in this game?
Well, see, we decided to make the game where you can control your fleets with very precise maneuvers. We feel that some strategy games are lacking on interface control these days, where you have to point and click everywhere to get your units to move. So we wanted to, design the game around our control system, and this is our control system right here. You're able to design formations, and after you design one specific formation, you can execute, the next formation and shift to it with one click. So it's like over there when you just click to formation 2, you had a different configuration, and all your units just moved and synchronized into place. So for us, that was very useful as a prototype breakthrough.
The larger element of gameplay is going to be using these formations as a single unit. Basically, when you play the game, this is just the fleet editor, this is not a map. When you take this fleet out into a map, the fleet will fly, all the ships will fly in lockstep with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And to the right on your screen is basically the quote-unquote front of your formation that will act as the front of the fleet unit. And that is what you will fly around the map shooting at other enemies with. And for instance, you can stick the Thor, the large hammer-shaped ship, in the middle, and you can stick 2 of the Heimdalls, the shield-bearing ships, side to side to protect it from fire from the front, and basically go on a frontal assault, firing the Thor's main beam cannon. Now, the center of that cross represents the rotational axis of your fleet. So once you actually fly the thing, that's going to act as its center of mass.
All right.
Yeah, so it's kind of like when you go on StarCraft, you select a whole blob of units and you tell them to go somewhere. This is that mechanic on steroids because you can control every single facing maneuver and every position on that blob. And we
Okay.
wanted to do it in space because space is really open. So
And instead of a blob of individual units, they all act as a single unit. You can control them, and they will, fly locked up with each other so that they don't move out of place and leave a section vulnerable.
Okay. So in a typical battle, I'll only have one of these fleets, so I won't have like multiple
You'll
formations,
have
so to say, or
you'll have that one fleet, and you can use the 3 stored formations that you created in the fleet editor, basically to change the positions of those ships on the fly. Say, if you're doing a frontal attack, you'll have that formation with the Thor in the middle and 2 Heimdalls on either side for shield protection. The Lokis are more of a cloaking element, like they will cloak the fleet, and they can also deploy decoys to distract enemy ships.
Yeah, in the prototype right now, the Loki doesn't have any logic. No gameplay logic for that guy yet, since it's heavily tied to AI code. So you're not
Alright.
going to see the Loki for now.
okay.
Not what it can do, at least.
Alright, so yeah, so how will the encounters work? Looking at this right now, how the formations work, it's almost like it's going to be like a puzzle game almost. How you set up your configuration to counter what the enemy is going to do on the next map, and then like you run through the formations. Or is there going to be resources building or like producing units, that kind of stuff, or is it like you make your fleet beforehand and then you like play that map? And
I'll explain the flow on this one, Jason.
Okay.
So outside of the game, sort of like your inventory screen inside an RPG or your armory inside a shooter game, our fleet character editor or our fleet editor right now on screen, that's sort of our inventory screen. Outside of the game, you get to practice these maneuvers and store them.
okay.
And when you bring up the combat map, you're not going to have that fine detail of tweaking every position on the screen. Instead, you're going to have 3 buttons on the fleet, and you say formation 1, formation 2, formation 3,
All right.
and you get to toggle them. And you get to select the whole unit the same way you toggle a whole blob of characters on StarCraft or Dune 2
All
and
right.
send them somewhere. You select that whole fleet and say, hey, go here, go that way, go that way. So
Alright.
it's a more fine-tuned control system.
So
That's what we wanted to show.
it's almost like, or will it be almost like Total War-esque almost, but with really fine-tuned formations, so you flank your opponent and that kind of stuff, or?
Yes, I don't know if you know this game called Myth. It's from a long time ago.
It's a Bungie game.
Yeah, it's a Bungie game. We wanted to bring that kind of feel for strategy games again, where your position matters, where your troops are matters, and how you shift around in maneuver warfare. Well, go ahead, Jason.
It's more about staying moving and things like that. You won't really be sitting around as much as you would in, say, Myth. At least what I've played of Myth. It's an RTS without the economy element. It's strategy only.
Precisely. It's
Okay.
all maneuver warfare, no attrition warfare whatsoever.
All right. So, yeah, will the different ships have different abilities? And I assume there will be more than 3 types of ships. And,
We have 3 types of ships, and each ship is going to have 2 special abilities.
okay.
We're trying to minimize it so that you don't have all these redundant combat units that some RTS do. Hey, you get to upgrade to plus X unit. Yeah, that's a bit boring for us. So I mean, you want to show the laser to the viewers. That's just one of the weapons we're developing. Actually, you want to test weapons on screen?
Yeah, sure. I'll go ahead and do that.
Right on.
The beam.
So, this one we ripped off from a 80s game called Deflector. Or...
You did?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
So, sure you can have one weapon that bounces from point A to point B. Yeah, okay. How about just, doing a little bit more trigonometry that you learned from high school and do something cool like this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now shift that formation. Oh, you're trying to make a star, huh? Yeah, he is. Everybody's trying to make that star, dude. And there you go.
So basically what you can do with this is you can set one of your formations to be spread out like that to reflect the beam in a large lattice. Say if you're going to run into a large group of weaker enemies, you can switch this formation, which leaves most of your ships rather poorly defended, but it gives you a lot of, space with lasers in it to like wipe across all those weaker enemies.
Yeah, okay.
And decimate them. So you've got a lot of firepower there. You leave yourself a little bit weakened by having those shield chips dedicated to reflecting the laser rather than protecting your fleet, but you gain an immense advantage over large swaths of enemies.
We're still fine-tuning this laser. This is not the final product of it, but it's showing some of the effects, like, it guides the direction of that laser, and the player gets to see it. We want to be able to use that so that this turns into a tracing beam, and then you hit a button, and it disrupts everything that crosses the lines on those lasers. So yeah, trying to make battle systems a little bit fine-tuned and a little bit more precise.
All right.
So in the fleet editor, what it means is that you'll have this beam as a predictor of where the beam will go in that formation. But in the game, the beam is going to be something that you can't use all the time. It's going to have some limitation on its use since it's pretty powerful.
Yeah, the beam's supposed to go all across the map because my physics professor is bitching at me. He's like, no, lasers go all the way across. So I'm like, okay, dude. I mean, God. So yeah, right
It
now
have some range limitation on it. It would be a little bit overpowered if we left it unlimited like this.
But
Like a number of reflections or something.
But DARPA is going to ignore me, Jason. If DARPA ignores me, we lose funding. I don't want DARPA to ignore me anymore. All right? They have to acknowledge my genius at one point or another.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, the Predator drone program, I'm like, okay, I'm practicing for the Predator drone program in 2D here. Give me a break till I go to 3D, all right? Need funding.
All right. All right. So right, I forgot what I was going to ask now. God damn it.
Selene, I think someone's saying that.
Please don't draw a swastika on there. I mean, just no. We don't want to be associated with space Nazi movies or whatever. You saw that, right?
In the sky?
Yeah, Nazis in the sky. No, just no swastikas today. So yeah, I mean, like what you're doing right now, I want that feel from a player because, games like Minecraft, RPGs, I noticed that.
Oh no, he did it.
I didn't do
Games like
anything.
Minecraft and RPGs, the player tweaks everything. They love to tweak. So I'm like, all right, here, tweak to your heart's content, dude. You can tweak an entire fleet and calculate all these positions and movements and.
Yeah, put the ships anywhere you want. Do whatever you want with them, and take them into battle. See how it works.
Yeah.
All right. So, will there be
Well, you
any
can drop
sort of
viral if you want.
customization for the ships, like, buying upgrades or whatever, like that kind of stuff?
Upgrades
Sweet.
right now. We're thinking of one of the obvious upgrades is when your fleet shifts between positions, it takes a slower time to get there. We're thinking of like increase the angular rotation in between shifts, increase your
Fleet
position.
transition time, basically.
Yeah.
All right. And do you guys plan on adding some sort of multiplayer to this game?
Oh yes, that is one of the great tasks that we want to do for the final engine. We want to roll this as a co-op strategy game,
Co-op?
Contra style, man. It's something that players are missing these days, like PvP or like everybody's on each other's throats. I want to just get those days back when people invited their friends. Hey, take 2-player control. Let's go play this game together. We want to bring that back, dude. So you get laser beams to do it.
Okay, that sounds fucking great. Yeah. What platforms are you guys developing this for?
Right now, this is on Windows XP.
That's
Like a
XP,
real,
that's
we-
cheers modern.
yeah.
It's the lowest thing we can do. It works on Windows 7 and Windows Vista, and yeah.
Yeah, and you're on your box too. The graphics card, like something like a GTX GeForce 7600 NVIDIA.
Not a GTX. GTX is newer.
Oh, okay. It was the 7600 though. Really.
It works on shitty hardware. That's what we're trying to say.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we were brutal on this engine. If it didn't work on old systems and, have it lean, we weren't going to roll it.
Is what I'm
Oh
doing
my.
here going to crash the game eventually?
Just make sure you don't get the infinite reflection bug. That's when you have two Heimdall shields perfectly reflected 90 degrees facing each other. The beam will just reflect forever. You're doing fine. Slowing
My
down.
frame
huh?
rate is starting to go down
Yeah.
a bit here. Oh, there we go. There we
I
go.
haven't seen this stuff. This is awesome.
Crash.
I wonder what's causing that circle that's left in there. What is that?
I don't know, dude. That was a Heimdall you just left in there.
Oh, I see. I see.
I mean, you could go to our ship editor if you want to see some of our characters right now.
Right.
Let's see. Hopefully it doesn't crash.
Uh-oh.
Hey, there's the Thor.
Is this going to be the art style of the game, by the way? Like, is this the finished art?
Oh, Jason, that's your area.
The art. The ships currently in the game are vectorized, they're finalized, and we can still tweak them. We still have that capability, but right now we're considering the art final. The particle effects, though, we still need to tweak in some areas. Like those engine trails, they're placeholders for now.
Okay. I like the aesthetic. It's kind of like Tron-y, I guess. Sort of like with the glowy blue.
The effect coming off the edge of the ship right now is actually just because all of that ship's available effects are all playing at once right now. That eventually will play without the ship in the middle as the cloaked effect.
Oh.
Like you'll see that silhouette just pulsing around around blank space, just to indicate that the ship is cloaked.
Okay. Is there anything I can do in here, like change the ship or?
Select ship prototype. Just there's a button. Select
alright.
prototype on top, and that toggles the next ship.
All right.
Now this is the tool we're using to apply our effects to each ship and save them as character files. So we actually have this tool for this rather than hard coding everything. We can save the data for each ship and tweak as we wish.
Okay, that's really smart. So the enemy ships, I guess. All right. So I noticed that the ships and the game as well have like this Norse mythology sort of theme to it. Does that have anything to do with the story or the backstory of the game?
Let's see. I'll start with the backstory of it. In our backstory, the ships are controlled by AI because humans are a little bit weak controlling all those different maneuvers. So your ships are essentially unmanned drones, and the commander, controls this entire fleet from a fleet console, kind of like what you saw in the practice chamber. So yeah. And we named the AIs after Norse gods.
Okay. So it's basically just robot ships flying around in space then?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much, yeah. We're developing the story.
Okay.
That's part of the process that we're doing on Kickstarter.
All right.
When I designed these allied ships here, I designed the 3 allied ships, and our other artist designed all of the virals -1. I think I did one we're currently calling the Sniper, but we're going to call it something else eventually, something more original. Anyway, when I designed these ships, I wanted to evoke its purpose and a little bit of what where the background came from. Like the Thor, for instance, is based off a pendant of Mjolnir, Thor's hammer.
All right. Yeah.
And that's what I use for the background of that. A little bit of a hard time thinking of what else to say on that.
All right.
But yeah, the Heimdall looks somewhat like a shield to highlight its defensive capabilities, and designed the Loki to look kind of, sneaky. So that's the philosophy of each of these things. I want to convey what their purpose is in their silhouette and design.
All right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Each ship's silhouette is totally different, and their size is also different, so you can tell at a glance, even if in your peripheral vision, which ship is attacking you, and what it's about.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, there's... yeah. Is there anything else I can do in this prototype right now? I've checked out the ship editor here and the fleet editor. What's this pyro spammer? Can I do that? Or will that be horrible and crashy?
It's not horrible and crashy. It's we're just gonna have to type some things into it. Basically, that's just our particle testing chamber.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's for particle effects. So if you wanna, let's see, go on to the thing that says Fuel ID. Oh yeah, that does our logo. Woo! Yeah. So if you go to the thing that says Fuel ID, type this in.
You have to go into that menu first. Yeah.
Yeah, type in lowercase everything. Explosion.
Yeah, he has to get there first. In the Fuel ID, there's a text box all the way to the right.
I'm right on it, or am I not? Am I?
Oh, you're right there, dude.
Yeah. Explosion.
Oh, maybe my stream is lagging behind.
Okay. Explosion underscore core. CORE.
Yeah. Is that it?
Yeah. And you can hit the reload button.
Ooh.
It's right under there. There you go. You can zoom in a little bit so you can get the scale. So that's one of our explosions. To do some sort of auto fire mode, go to thing that says fire delay.
Yeah.
Yeah, put a small number on it, like 0.1.
Okay.
And yeah, engage skip drive.
SCIP.
Alright.
Slade is putting a lot of jargon into this editor because he loves his jargon.
Hey, I was having fun, dude. I mean, I haven't changed it up yet, so.
Alright, so this is just just a particle effects editor, I guess. Or...
Yeah, that's where we test everything.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, Jason, go show him how the blood node turns into a star. Oh no, you can explain that. I need a smoke break. Be right back.
I don't think that we did that as a star. Did we?
What?
No, tank
we
liquid
have a
node.
dedicated star. We have a star. Let me find out if the star is actually in that folder. You can show that off.
Star, folder,
Yeah.
blood smoke. What do you guys? What?
Sorry, these are particle effects that we have right now. And,
okay.
We mix and match effects to generate different kinds of particles. So, as an example, on Fuel ID,
Yeah.
let's see.
Union underscore star.
Okay.
And hit reload, and that should bring it up.
Oh god, it's tiny. What is that? Is that a star? Like an actual star? Space star?
Yeah. It looks like there's a little bit of a bug with the timing. It looks a lot better when it's working right, but it's a little bit slow right now.
Yeah, I'll show you a better star. So, clear the chamber.
Alright.
Yeah, that just clears our screen. Type this into Fuel ID, tank.
Tank.
Yeah. Tank underscore liquid
Liquid.
underscore
Underscore.
node.
Node.
Yeah, NODE.
And engage the, well, reload it first just to show some of the liquid effects. And that's a little too small. There's something that says stream area. You can increase the size of it.
Slade's really proud of this one.
Well, it demonstrates what we need, dude. So yeah, these are liquid-like effects. We're still working on it. When you shoot a viral, it's gonna spew blood in space, right?
Oh,
And
okay.
yeah,
It's going to disappear a little bit more quickly. One of the philosophies that I want to encourage with particle effects in this game is that they disappear quickly, leaving less visual clutter.
Hmm.
so if you do this one, you keep pulsing reload. You notice that it's starting to stack that effect. Engage the skip drive. Well, yeah, it sort of looks like a star. Bam. You're probably gonna have to tone down the delay a little bit and increase the skip area.
I don't know. I'll be doing different graphics for stars. It just looks kind of like a star.
Well, it looks like something in space, dude. I mean,
It's
space, man.
It looks like space, dude.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
Yeah.
increase the stream area on this one. Watch. Let's so you're at 5 right now. Put that on 25. Yeah. Bigger. You'll probably need it. There you go.
Just zoom in.
Now crank down your fire delay. Make that like 0.01, something really small.
Okay.
God. Are we going to kill a system with this?
No, dude, he's got a 64-bit. He can
Oh,
handle.
yeah, that works. It works.
It looks pretty cool. Looks like some
Yeah.
town portal from
Now-
Diablo 2
now,
or something. It
Looks
looks
like a
shit.
space thing.
Like shrink the stream area as you're going about, or increase it and shrink it, and you'll get these different effects from it, and we're pretty much following that philosophy. So yeah, it's got that sinking feeling inside, and we're fairly proud of it. Yeah, and this is all generated from one particle effect file.
Yeah, it looks good.
Lighting all the data.
I'm not entirely sure exactly like what it is, but it looks good, and that's fun.
Just the main purpose of this demo is showing the fleet editor, and that's what
Yeah.
we really want to show off. But, particle editor is fun. Mess around with it a little bit. It's cheap thrills,
Yeah.
We should show him like the warp effect. Yeah, we should show that. When we have one ability in our game where you get to warp all your fleet ships to one part of the map, and that's just one ability that you get to use. Clear the chamber. Unity underscore SCIP underscore field
Okay.
underscore area. Yeah, sorry, his lines.
Field and area. What the hell?
Yes, I know, right? I was
field area.
experimenting.
Done.
That clear. Yeah, the fire delay. Put that at 1 for now, because this is one of the riskier particle effects.
I like that. The risky particle effects.
Yeah, we experiment, man. We got to test our stuff. So when you reload it, ooh, it's at 20. Oh, that's not bad. There you go. So we're fine tuning it. It's just like boom, hey, you warped out, and you go to some other location on the map. Let's see. Go to yeah, you can engage the skip drive and just your fire delay. Be very careful with this. All right.
Okay, I'm just gonna crank
Engage
it on
the skip
down.
drive. Yeah, and just crank that fire delay really slow towards 0. Just keep going slower and slower, and increase your stream.
Kind of like a tornado of particles.
Yeah. Here you go. I mean, don't be scared. Oh, you're on 64-bit, right? Yeah, you can handle this. Just go all the way down, dude. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Keep going, man. You got it. You got it.
Oh god, frame rate's 0. It still works. It still works.
Oh, now what's interesting about this is keep doing that and increasing the stream area, not the zoom.
Oh.
Stream
We
area.
just zoom in. We can do that.
Yeah,
I think we've actually showed off the particle editor quite a lot here. We
Yeah.
got like people joining us. We could show off the maybe fleet editor one last time.
Yeah.
Oh god. Alright, enough of this. It's fun though. It's fun to just goof around with. This could be its own freaking game. Alright. Oh shit, it's still playing. Oh dear. Will this crash my game? Let's
Oh
see.
god, oh god, it's still there.
Oh no, it's fine. Okay, we're back in the fleet editor. What did you want to show?
I was wondering if like people who came in late and only saw the particle editor wanted to see the fleet editor one
yeah,
last.
fair enough. Wasn't there some way to pull in enemies in this, right?
Oh yeah. Click the viral button, and the middle one will drop the carrier. The farthest left add button will drop a charger. Yeah.
These are our internal names for these. We're gonna have non-Left 4 Dead names for these.
Yeah, we play a lot of Left 4 Dead. We're like, yeah, charger. Yeah, that one's a charger.
Alright. Yeah. Why not? Okay, so we can basically do some sort of movement with these guys if we just set up the formations.
You can set those up as part of a fleet for like visually checking things and testing your beam hits.
Sort of like a dummy training area. Martial artists, they love their training areas, their dummy targets. So we employ the same philosophy here. I mean, you want to practice your maneuvers, you gotta hit some dummy targets once in a while, and bam.
For sure.
It's a fleet dojo. It's a dojo.
Alright.
And we also use this practice area to film everything we had in that concept trailer. We wanted to really, showcase all our skills, everybody's artwork, Nwadi's, sound and music concepts, and yeah, that was 2 minutes, but that was like 2 weeks of production. Yeah.
2 weeks.
We're not film guys, dude, and I have so much respect for film now. Producing 2 minutes worth of work was painstaking, and yeah, we're probably gonna throw up a better video so we get freaking featured on Kickstarter.
Alright.
They aren't featuring us, so I'm like, okay, we gotta get their attention more. So.
Right now, the enemy ships can't be destroyed yet.
Alright.
But you can see.
Do they react to the lasers at all?
Hmm?
Oh god, yeah they do. Oh Jesus.
Yeah, it's gonna slow down if you have like more than one enemy on there, because everything's brute force, nothing's optimized. But it shows the effects of
It'll be optimized eventually. This is just for testing purposes.
Alright.
Oh, you want to do a really cool tactic I found the other day, man? It's like when you sweep the beams across. I had a prototype for this, so. Oh, it's sweeping right now, yeah.
Kind of kills the enemies. Oh well. Yeah, I guess that's we've showed pretty much everything of this prototype. I'm kind of hyped for this game. It looks like it might become a pretty good game.
Yeah, we're still working on it, man, but we wanted to test our prototypes with people, see what they think of it.
Yeah.
Feedback. Especially like right now, you're using it and it's not crashing. This is very important.
That's a huge milestone. Well, it doesn't crash.
Well, it doesn't crash, and you're using it intuitively. You don't have to do a whole freaking AFQ or FAQ to just figure out what we were doing.
Not 20-minute long tutorial with text boxes.
Yeah.
But yeah, so do you guys have a website, or maybe you wanna like advertise your Kickstarter or something like that? Just closing words.
Yeah. It's let's see, we got a Kickstarter page. Look for Vigrior Maneuver Warfare. I'll send you a link later.
Yeah, I can put it up in the video description when I upload this.
Yeah, we also have a developer weblog. Me and Jason have this thing with text, and we just gotta write our thoughts all the time. So, we'll put up a developer blog, and eventually we'll start registering a site once we get a bigger community and have more interested people look at this.
All right. You guys up for taking some questions from the chat? Just
yeah, sure, man.
To finish this off. All
right on.
Let's go ahead and ask, guys. Go, go, go. Yeah. Apparently, you should have your own radio talk show.
Wondering how high you are.
Hello?
Okay, Slade, how high are you?
What?
Oh dear.
Wait, what's going on? I'm looking.
The chat is asking how high you are.
On a scale of what? Pretty high. I'm in outer space, man. That's as high as you can get. I got laser beams and freaking robots in space. I got space aliens. I got blood effects. Yeah, dude. We're in outer space right now. That high.
Okay. About that high. Oh god. You sound like that guy from the squirrel video. Oh dear.
The who?
Can you say, yo dude, that squirrel is a freaking ninja?
Yo, dude, that Skrill's a freaking ninja, man.
It's perfect, man. It's perfect.
I'm not your average programmer. I like to relax. I don't overanalyze shit, so whatever.
Alright. Anyway, another question here. Will you be able to make your own ships? I guess we've already answered this, and no, you won't be able to make your own ships.
Let's see how to answer that. We get to design the ships for our build when we release, the PvE campaign. That's our designs for the ships. But what we really want to do with the engine is to just have it moddable. Moddable to the sense that, hey, you want to, bring up a new sprite for the Thor? Go for it. But in terms of like game logic, you create your own ships. I don't think this engine is prepared for that yet.
All right. I guess that's not really the point of the game either.
But we do want to be, a moddable engine because people like to tweak their stuff, man.
Yeah,
so,
definitely. Will you release on disc DLC day one?
No. We release the game, you'll get 10 mission sets and you have the entire game engine. If we're gonna release expansions for it, it's not gonna be like, third month, let's have another expansion. And nah, dude, we're not gonna do sequelitis on this one.
Alright.
When we release expansions, it's gonna be a decent expansion. But yeah, no day one DLC bullshit. Fuck that.
Alright. Will there be intimate relations between the alien species?
We don't know. We don't know yet.
Will there be like a love subplot?
I don't know. I don't think we're quite prepared for that yet on the creative side. So
you need to
practice 2D maneuvers first.
Dude, you need to hire Hamburger Hepler, dude. Seriously.
Say what?
Sorry, nothing. It's no. Sorry, you go. Continue talking.
Oh yeah, but we're not gonna do like complex storyline for this one. We're just gonna do something about war, something about space, and your commander handling your fleet. So,
I just have a question about like replayability or replay value. Will there be like, different ways to do the missions, or like when you've beaten it, start it and move on to the next one, like?
Absolutely, we're having my close friend. He's designing all these missions and making them through a map editor. He's been a tabletop dungeon master, D&D guy for the past 20 some odd years, and yeah, he wants to make this a very open campaign. We just need the time to do it.
All right. Yeah, I don't know. Do you guys?
People are asking about voices and music.
Go ahead.
So,
Waddy?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, dude, your turn, man.
Okay, well, the sound effects for this, I still have yet to see how they work in game because I haven't seen a build of that yet where the sounds actually trigger whenever they're supposed to. But what I've been trying to do, mostly for this is lots of sort of like the electronic sounds that you hear, when you're using like your phone and like that, something that sounds that you would hear coming out of a computer versus that you would hear if you were in a war zone or something like that.
Yeah, okay. So sort of like,
because obviously there's no sound in space, right? So and as Slade said before, all the ships are AI controlled, so you are not hearing necessarily, what's happening at that place. You're more perceiving what the AI is seeing, right? And then you're hearing that those sounds come out at you. So so for the sound effects, not the music, but the sound effects, I've really putting a lot of work into just trying to get like a really sort of electronic bleeps and boops type of sound that
Yeah, it's
that
kinda
all
like
sort
an,
of
sorry
trigger
to interrupt.
different types of whatever the hell's going on screen.
No, okay.
Yeah. So, sorry to interrupt you, Wadi, but it's kind of like in World War II, you hear the pulsing sonar sound. Boom! Something like that. We want to bring that kind of intuitive sound maneuvers when you're hearing the entire galactic map.
All right.
Exactly, yeah.
All right. That's cool. Yeah.
And music, I don't know. People keep talking about Vigrior and as like sort of in this like old arcade shooter style context. I have been in an arcade. I have only been I have only been in an
Got some-
arcade.
You're right there,
like
man.
twice in
Oh.
my entire life. So I've never played arcade style shooters. I don't really like them that much. But when I see
snap. You can't
I
say
know,
that,
yeah.
man. You can't say
I
that.
know I might get fired for saying that.
Yeah.
But whenever I see Vigrior's like the visual style of it, from a musician's perspective, I see something really like very precise, very fine tuned, which I know it is very much because I know Jason put a lot of work into the Unity ships.
Mm.
And that always sort of rolls with like sort of a very high tech sort of like like those very sort of high tech sounds that you hear in like dubstep and house music and all these other types of things. But then when you start getting to these really big battles and you just want to feel awesome while you're doing this, right? I start to go into more of these more cinematic type of soundtracks like what you hear in Pirates of the Caribbean or Battlestar Galactica.
All right.
All those different types of things. So I'm trying to bring those two types of worlds together of this like sort of party dance music, hardcore electronic kind of stuff, but then also this like really sort of epic violins, crashing basses, all that kind of stuff like that.
All right.
Bring those together. So really create something new that hopefully rolls with the same sort of feel that the visuals have.
All right. I guess we'll have to look forward to hearing that then. Sounds interesting.
I actually don't know. Did we cut the soundtrack or the soundtrack option on the Kickstarter, or is that still up?
That's still up, dude.
So then there will be a soundtrack that you can pledge for on the Kickstarter.
All right.
And that will have more sort of... So the way that the sound... that we're thinking of setting up the sound right now, or not the sound, but the music, is there will be... I'm not going to really, it's going to be more complex than it sounds, but there will be looping tracks, sort of, that it'll have sort of the main meat of the track, but it won't be as enjoyable if you just went and like listened to the audio file and in the game files. So in the soundtrack that will be shipping, it'll have much more sort of like something that you'd hear off a CD or that you'd buy off iTunes. So it'd have more of an intro, and maybe the song would build up more, and then it ends. So the soundtrack is going to be, I think, more of what you'd hear of in the game, but also just like different and much more easier to listen to, and
All right.
something a lot easier to listen to. And then whatever music we end up cutting from the actual game as well, hopefully that'll get in there.
All right.
So
That's
you can
cool.
hear examples of some of Nuwadi's music in some of the videos on the Kickstarter page. For instance, the Beam Weapons test video has some of his music in it.
Yeah,
Some of
that's
the
the
music.
German edition one. Originally, the Beam Weapon test video was rolling with Top Gun's Highway to the Danger Zone. But however, because of German law, they weren't able to hear Highway to the Danger Zone, with laser beams. Like, come on, dude, come on. So we rolled out a German edition for the benefit of our European comrades.
I don't know. I actually like that one better. I like Nuwadi's music.
Yeah, I like Nawadi's music too, but Danger Zone, man, come on.
I like the Danger Zone idea. You can also hear on the Kickstarter page, I did the music for the trailer that you can see that's featured on the at the top of the page. I did the music for that. and
Alright.
that sort of it doesn't really show the fusion of it, but you kind of see this sort of transition between the cinematic type of violins and then into this sort of more dubstep.
The dubstep in that video seems like on the heavier end of what's going to be in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright.
So,
Fair enough.
So if you're
I've
not
been
really into
producing
heavy
music for a
dubstep,
long
there's
time. I
no
can
this
go
track
in a.
video.
Okay, we're talking at the same time.
Quit trying to talk for each other, man. You got it.
You need to be more coordinated, guys. Come on. Finish these other sentences here.
Yeah, we're a pretty clashing studio, you know.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, you know, you've seen 300, right? Like that scene where
Yeah.
the guy's carrying his baby. We slaughter each other's babies.
I haven't seen
That's
that.
our design process.
Alright. Anyway, I guess it's time to wrap it up, guys. It's been a real pleasure talking to you guys. Lots of fun.
Thank you for
Yeah.
having us. This is a great privilege talking to other gamers about our stuff and just showing our engine. We appreciated the questions and the feedback.
I,
Yeah. Yeah.
Hopefully
let us
we
know.
entertained you all.
Is there like a place that people can go just talk to us? Like,
Hmm?
are you
is
asking
there like
me?
a place where people can come? Well, no. I mean,
No.
I was actually just started asking Slade and Jason. Is there like an email where they can email us, or just like
No,
Yeah.
we're
Right
not
now
gonna we're not gonna take anybody's stuff, like live.
well, no,
No,
not
but,
live.
no, but
They can visit the Kickstarter page.
Well, yeah, if you want to leave a comment or etc.
yeah, alright. Yeah, okay. I'll see if I can put a link. If I get a link, I'll put it in the video description. Anyway, yeah, thanks a lot, guys.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
Thank you.
alright. Bye bye then. And thanks
Bye.
to everyone who
You-
watched as well. Thanks a lot. See you guys.
Okay, so we're not live anymore, right? And I can